The year 2387. The Galactic Council chambers on station. Nexus Prime. Representatives from 12 alien species gather for what they believe will be a routine archaeological presentation. Main characters: Dr. Elena Voss, human Zen archaeologist. Mid-40s, brilliant but stubborn Commander Rex Torres, human military liaison. Pragmatic and protective Ambassador Kef, tall, blue-skinned Altarian diplomat, speaks in formal tones. Scholar Vryn, small, insect-like Chitauri researcher, multiple eyes and rapid speech. General Thok, massive, bear-like Ursharan military leader, gruff and suspicious. Plot summary. Dr. Voss presents her team's discovery from the ruins of an ancient civilization on the dead world of Kepler 442b. They found what appears to be the oldest star map in known galactic history, carved in stone and dating back over 50,000 years. The map shows the galaxy as it existed millennia ago, with all known star systems and trade routes. But there's a problem. The map shows a 13th star system that should exist in the Veil Nebula region, a system that modern galactic surveys insist is empty space. The coordinates point to what current maps call the Dark Zone, an area avoided by all spacefaring civilizations due to strange sensor readings and ship disappearances. The alien representatives are skeptical. Ambassador Keth suggests the ancient mapmakers made an error. Scholar Vryn proposes the system was destroyed in some cosmic catastrophe. General Thok dismisses it as human imagination running wild. But Dr. Voss has done her homework. She reveals that human databases contain old Earth legends and myths that describe the lost world of the first children, stories that perfectly match the star system's location on the ancient map. The room falls silent when she shows that human folklore, dismissed for centuries as primitive fantasy, contains detailed star coordinates that align with the mysterious 13th system. Commander Torres stands to address the council. He explains that human space explorers have been drawn to that region for decades, reporting strange dreams and unexplained navigation errors that consistently pull ships toward those exact coordinates. What everyone assumed was a navigation hazard might actually be some kind of beacon. The Galactic Council faces a dilemma. If the system exists and contains an advanced civilization, first contact protocols demand investigation. But if it's connected to humanity's mysterious past, it could upset the delicate balance of power in the galaxy. The other species have always viewed humans as newcomers, barely 400 years in space, compared to their millennia of star travel. The part ends with the Council voting to authorize a joint expedition, with Dr. Voss leading the archaeological team and Commander Torres handling military security. As they prepare to leave, Voss discovers something troubling in her research. Every human culture on Earth had the same legend about the lost world, despite being separated by oceans and centuries. How could primitive humans know about a star system they had never seen? Captain Maria Santos, human starship captain. Experienced deep space navigator tech specialist Jake Morrison, young human engineer, expert in ancient technology. Dr. Nala, feline-like Faloran scientist, specializes in energy signatures. Pilot Zen, reptilian saurian, best navigator in the Outer Rim. Plot summary. The expedition launches aboard the research vessel Pioneer's Edge. The crew is tense representatives from 6 different species working together, each with their own agenda. The Altarians want to claim any advanced technology. The Chitauri seek historical knowledge. The Ursarans worry about military threats. The humans just want answers about their own past. As they approach the coordinates, strange things begin happening. The ship's navigation systems start showing conflicting readings. Dr. Nala detects energy patterns that shouldn't exist in empty space. Most disturbing, the human crew members begin experiencing vivid dreams about a beautiful blue world covered In ancient cities, Captain Santos reports that her navigation computer keeps trying to correct course toward a slightly different set of coordinates. Coordinates that match the ones from human folklore exactly, not the ones from the stone map. Tech specialist Morrison discovers that all human-made equipment on the ship is resonating with some kind of signal coming from the target area. The non-human crew members grow suspicious. Why are only humans affected? Commander Torres tries to maintain order, but tensions rise when Pilot Zen accuses the humans of leading them into a trap. General Thok demands they turn back, claiming humans have been lying about their origins. Dr. Voss makes a breakthrough while studying the ancient star map under different light spectrums. She discovers hidden layers in the stone carving additional information invisible to normal sight. The map isn't just showing star positions, it's showing migration routes. Lines connect various star systems, suggesting the ancient civilization spread across the galaxy in a specific pattern. The most shocking revelation: the migration pattern starts from the missing 13th system and leads directly to Earth's solar system. The ancient map suggests that whatever civilization built it didn't just know about Earth. They went there, as the ship finally drops out of hyperspace at the target coordinates. They find what sensors claimed was empty space is actually occupied by a massive cloaking field. The field only becomes visible when approached by ships carrying human crew members. Jake Morrison's scans reveal a solar system with 12 planets, including one Earth-sized world in the habitable zone. The mysterious planet is sending out a signal, not radio waves or standard communications, but some kind of genetic marker that only affects human DNA. Dr. Voss realizes why humans have always felt drawn to this region. They're programmed to find it, but as they move closer to investigate, they detect something that changes everything. The planet isn't just inhabited, it's defended. Ancient automated defense platforms power up as they approach, technology far more advanced than anything in the current galaxy. The platforms scan the ship, and for a moment, weapon systems lock onto them. Then, something unexpected happens. The weapons power down. A new signal reaches the ship, this one a clear invitation to land, broadcast in perfect ancient Terran languages that died out on Earth thousands of years ago. The part ends with the crew facing a critical decision: land on a world that seems to be calling specifically to its human members, or retreat and report their findings to the Galactic Council. But Captain Santos points out they may not have a choice. The cloaking field has reactivated behind them, cutting off their escape route. The Keeper, ancient android guardian, speaks in archaic human languages. Dr. Lisa Chun, human linguist, who joins via emergency transmission Council Elder Bricks, elderly Altarian politician, arrives with reinforcement fleet plot summary. The Pioneer's Edge lands on the mysterious world, which the crew names Origin due to its apparent connection to humanity's past. The planet is a paradise: blue oceans, green continents, and cities that seem to grow from the landscape itself. But the cities are empty, preserved in perfect condition, as if their inhabitants simply vanished. Dr. Voss leads the exploration team while Commander Torres establishes security perimeters. They discover that the architecture uses design principles found in ancient human cultures: Egyptian pyramids, Greek columns, Mayan step pyramids, and Chinese pagodas all appear in various buildings, but clearly as original designs, not copies. Morrison's equipment readings go wild near the city center. He detects technology that operates on principles unknown to galactic science. Power sources that seem to draw energy from space itself, transportation systems that bend gravity, and computers that process information faster than thought. The breakthrough comes when they reach the central temple. Inside, they find the Keeper, an android that has waited 50,000 years for the children to return. The Keeper speaks to them in ancient Sumerian, then switches to Sanskrit, then Egyptian hieroglyphs translated into spoken words. Dr. Voss realizes it's cycling through humanity's oldest languages, trying to find one they understand. When Jake connects his translator to the android, the truth is revealed. This world was the original home of an advanced human civilization that spread across the galaxy millions of years ago. They were explorers and teachers, sharing knowledge with primitive species and helping them develop spaceflight and technology. But something went wrong. A cosmic disaster, a gamma ray, burst from the galactic core, sterilized most of their colonies. The survivors on Origin made a desperate decision. They seeded their genetic material on a distant, primitive world, Earth, and programmed their descendants with an instinctive drive to eventually find their way home. The other galactic civilizations, the Keeper explains, are all descendants of species that the original humans helped develop. The Altarians, Chitauri, Ursurans, all of them carry traces of human genetic enhancement in their DNA. Humanity isn't the newcomer species. They're the returning children of the galaxy's first teachers. But this revelation creates a crisis. Captain Santos receives an emergency transmission from Galactic Council headquarters. Word of their discovery has leaked, and various species are mobilizing fleets to claim Origin and its technology. Some want to destroy it to preserve the current power structure. Others want to study it. A few want to use its weapons for conquest. Dr. Nala makes a disturbing discovery while analyzing the planet's defenses. The automated systems aren't just defensive, they're capable of sterilizing entire star systems. If Origin feels threatened, it could destroy most of the galaxies inhabited. Worlds to protect itself. Commander Torres faces an impossible choice. The Keeper reveals that Origin's systems will only respond to humans with the correct genetic markers, essentially making humanity the galaxy's new leaders by default. But accepting this responsibility could lead to war with every other spacefaring civilization. The situation becomes critical when Elder Bricks arrives with an Altarian battle fleet, demanding that the humans surrender control of Origin to the Galactic Council. Similar fleets from other species are detected approaching the system. Dr. Voss realizes they have hours before the first battles begin. The Keeper offers a solution that no one expects. Origin can share its knowledge equally among all species, but only if humanity formally accepts its role as the galaxy's guardians and teachers, the same role their ancestors held millions of years ago. The part ends with Jake Morrison discovering that Origin's central computer contains not just technology and history, but the locations of dozens of other ancient human colonies scattered across the galaxy. Some may still be inhabited. The implications are staggering. Humanity isn't just returning to one lost world. They're about to reclaim an entire lost civilization. Admiral Stone, Human Fleet Commander, arrives with Earth's military response Dr. Maya Patel, Origin's computer. Systems Specialist, awakened from stasis. The Collective, representatives of minor galactic species seeking independence plot. Summary: the situation around Origin spirals into a multi-species standoff. 12 different battle fleets orbit the planet, each representing major galactic civilizations. None dare attack first because of Origin's massive defensive capabilities, but tensions reach a breaking point when smaller species begin arriving, demanding their share of the ancient technology. Dr. Voss makes a breakthrough while working with the Keeper. The android reveals that Origin's computer systems contain millions of human minds, preserved in digital format, the last survivors of the original civilization. These stored consciousnesses have been waiting for their descendants to return and help them complete their final project. Jake Morrison manages to establish communication with one of these digital minds, Dr. Maya Patel, a scientist who was uploaded to Origin systems just before the cosmic disaster struck. She explains that humanity's ancestors weren't destroyed by the gamma ray burst. They evolved beyond physical form by merging with their technology. The revelation changes everything. The advanced technology on Origin isn't just machinery, it's alive, powered by millions of human consciousnesses working together. This collective digital civilization has been subtly guiding galactic development for millennia, ensuring that various species would eventually become capable of space travel and join a larger community. But Dr. Patel reveals a disturbing truth. The gamma-ray burst wasn't natural. It was a weapon fired by a hostile alien intelligence from outside the galaxy, beings that view organic life as a threat to be eliminated. The digital humans on Origin have spent 50,000 years preparing for their return. Commander Torres receives word that Admiral Stone is approaching with Earth's entire deep space fleet. The Admiral's orders are classified, but Torres suspects humanity's government plans to claim Origin by force if necessary. The political situation on Earth has shifted dramatically since news of the discovery leaked. Humanity is no longer content to be junior partners in galactic civilization. Captain Santos detects massive energy buildups in Origin's orbital defenses. The Keeper explains that the planet's systems are preparing for the worst-case scenario. If the various species cannot reach peaceful agreement, Origin will activate its ultimate protocol and forcibly unite the galaxy under human leadership. Dr. Nala makes a chilling discovery while scanning the approaching fleets. Each species' ships contain the same genetic markers that respond to Origin's technology, proof that all galactic civilizations are indeed descendants of ancient human colonies. But this also means Origin's weapon systems recognize them as wayward children rather than true enemies. The crisis deepens when representatives of the collective dozens of minor species that have never had voices in galactic politics demand seats at the negotiating table. They reveal that their species have been receiving dreams and visions similar to those experienced by humans, but focused on different aspects of Origin's knowledge. The planet isn't just calling to humanity, it's calling to all it scattered. Children. Dr. Voss realizes that Origin's true purpose isn't to restore human dominance, it's to prepare the galaxy for the return of the hostile aliens who caused the original disaster. The digital minds in Origin's computers have been running predictive models for millennia, and their calculations show the enemy will return within the next few years. Jake Morrison accesses Origin's historical database and uncovers the terrifying truth. The hostile aliens aren't from another galaxy, they're from another dimension. They view organic consciousness as a form of contamination that must be cleansed from the universe. They destroyed the original human civilization not out of malice, but as part of a systematic extermination campaign. The various fleet commanders receive simultaneous transmissions from Origin's computer systems. Dr. Patel addresses all species simultaneously, revealing the complete truth about galactic history and the coming threat. She offers an ultimatum: unite under the guidance of Origin's ancient knowledge, or face extinction when the dimensional invaders return. Admiral Stone arrives to find the situation completely transformed. Instead of claiming Origin for humanity, he finds himself commanding one part of an impromptu galactic alliance. The Keeper activates Origin's true defenses, not weapons, but communication arrays that begin awakening other ancient human colonies across the galaxy. The part ends with a shocking revelation. The dreams and visions experienced by various species weren't random. Origin has been selectively awakening genetic memories in individuals across the galaxy, preparing them to serve as leaders and coordinators in the coming war. Humanity's role isn't to rule the galaxy, it's to teach their descendants how to fight for survival. The Network, Collective Consciousness of Awakened Ancient Colonies. Captain Ray Foster, commander of the first Joint Species Exploration Vessel, the Harbinger scout probe from the Dimensional Invaders plot summary. Origin's awakening signal spreads across the galaxy, activating dormant technology on dozens of worlds. Ancient human colonies that have been sleeping for millennia begin powering up, their digital consciousnesses connecting to form a vast network spanning hundreds of star systems. A galaxy discovers it has been quietly protected by this hidden civilization for thousands of years. Dr. Voss works with the network to translate the flood of incoming data. The awakened colonies report the same disturbing news. Dimensional rifts are opening at the galaxy's edge. The hostile aliens are beginning their return, but they're arriving decades earlier than predicted. Origin's calculations were wrong. The enemy has become more powerful during their absence. Commander Torres coordinates the massive reorganization of galactic military forces. The traditional species boundaries become meaningless as Origin's technology reveals the genetic connections between all spacefaring races. Altarian commanders work alongside human captains, while Chitauri technicians help upgrade Ursaran warships with ancient defensive systems. Jake Morrison makes a breakthrough while interfacing with Origin's central computer. He discovers that the planet isn't just a repository of knowledge, it's a massive weapon designed specifically to fight dimensional invaders. But activating it requires a terrible sacrifice. Volunteers from each species must merge their consciousness with the network, abandoning their physical forms forever. The first dimensional probe, a crystalline entity called the Harbinger, emerges from a rift near the galactic rim. Its mere presence begins converting matter into a different form of energy, creating an expanding zone of dead space where nothing organic can survive. Traditional weapons prove useless against its dimensional shielding. Dr. Patel and the network reveal their final strategy. The ancient humans didn't just preserve their consciousnesses in digital form. They evolved into beings capable of existing in multiple dimensions simultaneously. By merging with representatives from each modern species, they can create a new form of collective consciousness capable of fighting the invaders on their own terms. Captain Santos volunteers to be humanity's representative in the merger process. As she connects to Origin's systems, her consciousness expands to encompass not just her own memories, but the experiences of millions of humans across galactic history. She becomes something more than human, yet retains her essential humanity. Representatives from each species undergo the same transformation. Captain Ray Foster, commanding the first joint species exploration vessel, watches as his crew becomes something unprecedented, a truly unified galactic consciousness that thinks and acts as one while maintaining individual perspectives. Transformed beings engage the Harbinger in a battle that takes place across multiple dimensions simultaneously. Traditional space-time becomes fluid as the combatants fight with weapons made of pure thought and shields, constructed from collective will. Dr. Voss, still in her physical form, can only observe through Origin sensors as reality itself becomes a battlefield. The battle reveals the true nature of the dimensional invaders. They aren't evil in any conventional sense. They're trying to prevent organic consciousness from spreading beyond their home dimension because they believe it will eventually destroy the multiverse. The conflict isn't about conquest. It's about fundamentally different philosophies of existence. The transformed galactic consciousness, led by the merged human-alien hybrid beings, manages to communicate with the Harbinger. Instead of destroying it, they offer to demonstrate that organic consciousness can coexist with other forms of life across multiple dimensions. The offer is rejected, but it plants seeds of doubt in the invader's certainty. As more dimensional rifts open and additional invader forces arrive, the unified galactic civilization begins its greatest challenge. Origin's network expands to encompass entire star systems, turning the galaxy itself into a massive defensive structure. Organic beings work alongside digital consciousnesses and hybrid entities to prepare for a war that will determine the fate of consciousness itself. The story concludes with Dr. Voss making her own choice. She remains in physical form to serve as a bridge between the transformed beings and the remaining organic population. Standing in Origin's central temple, she watches as the ancient star map updates itself in real time, showing not just the galaxy as it was, but as it's becoming a unified civilization, ready to defend the right of consciousness to exist and grow. The final scene shows the galaxy from space. Its billions of stars now connected by streams of energy as Origin's network reaches full activation. Humanity has found its way home, but home has become something far greater than anyone imagined. A launching point for consciousness, itself to spread beyond the boundaries of a single dimension. The end.